first 100,000 at 23. Now who is he or who is she?
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings under the lights on Monday night.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now, because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field.
Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. This is caught by Addison. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pass complete to Addison. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 17-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson from 17 yards out. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look at them elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they had an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
From the 34. First and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
Down right around the 25. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Off play action. McCarthy.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. Here's second and 10.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, McCarthy. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. As they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2. And they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he returns this to the 22.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Williams throw there complete to Allen.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the second quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a first down.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
Look at the big man rumble.
And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm really liking it. Defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
On second down, Swift.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 to the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it, something quick. Get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle.
Santos' kick is up and through. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Kene Nwangu.
team's coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. The try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Now Jones. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how a drive. Put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McCarthy steps away to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. He's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
He gets it to Addison.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Jordan Addison,
40 yards.
and the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Operating from the gun, Williams.
And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now Williams throwing again.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And not only will they not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And they work this well up across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up second down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he fires one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Up the middle, Jones.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they say he went out of bounds, came back in, then touched the football.
Can't be the first guy to touch it when you come back in bounds. That's why the penalty goes against him. Have to know where you are on the field.
He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now Jones. And diving to try to get the first down. He's going to be a little bit shy of the marker. And quickly they get to the line. Jones. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Williams now to throw on 3rd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now out comes Minnesota.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run wide side with Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Let's go now.
Throwing to start the drive, Williams.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They'll throw on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for up here at back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers.
And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. Now a 2nd and 10. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Williams on 1st and 10. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Williams. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, it looked like a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, a pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Yeah, he's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And here's Ryan Wright now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
Remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them with just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.